You wake up in the morning and take a look at the clock. It is 6 o'clock. Say your school starts from 8 o'clock. You take 30 minutes to reach school. That means you have 1.5 hours to get ready. You try to calculate quickly how long you take to get ready. So that is 30 minutes. So after all these severe calculations, you decided that you can stay asleep for another 30 minutes to 1 hour max before you stand a chance of reaching late to school. This is the morning story of most of us. But did you know you just took an economic decision? Every decision that we take thinking with logic and calculations is actually an economic decision. Thus, a major part of our lives are engulfed in economics, even without us realizing. In our last class, you have already studied about the Indian economy, how it was before India became independent and how it was reformed after independence. But obviously, the reformation of an economy is dependent on certain rules. Thus, this year, with the help of microeconomics and macroeconomics, we will be learning about those basics of an economy. Hello and welcome to Notebook, and let us begin our journey of becoming young economists. What do you think microeconomics is? In microeconomics, we deal with micro as the smaller part of the economy. That is, we look at decisions of each and every individual. These decisions that are taken by individuals fall under the scope of microeconomics. When we take an aggregate of all these individuals, we get macroeconomics. Now let us see how microeconomics is important and an integral part of our lives. The basic necessities of an individual's life are food, shelter, and clothing. Now it is not possible for one person to produce all this at home, is it? Think for yourself. Do you produce all these at your home before using? Thus, what we do is what we choose different ways to produce any good or services which we are best at or which we can produce better than anyone else, and with the help of that good or service, we manage to earn the other ones. For example, the vegetable seller is producing vegetables, selling them at the market, earning money from it, and buying houses, clothes, etc. with that money. The vegetable seller will not only buy his necessities, but also plan on expanding his vegetable business so that he can expand his business and earn more. Thus, every economy works on this principle. The only difference is that, since a lot of other external factors are also involved, decisions taken for an economy are much more complex. Moving on to the central problems of an economy, we find that the problems can be reduced to certain questions: what, how, and for whom. The first decision that an economy has to make is what to produce and in what amount. The next one is how to produce and for whom to produce. All these decisions have to be taken on the basis of scarcity of resources and the problem of choice. This we can call as allocating resource effectively. Economics have built an easy tool which can help you take a decision in regard to these questions. This is known as the Production Possibility Frontier, or the PPF. Let us assume that an economy which can produce rice or wheat, but there is a limit to its production that it can produce, up to a total of 8 kgs. Thus, there are a number of combinations that are possible in this case, which forms the production possibility set. Now, some of these can be less than 8, and some can be equal to 8, but none can be more than 8. Let us take those combinations which gives us the production possibility frontier. Now, at the two corner points, the economy will be producing only one between these two, that is either rice or wheat. Now, how does an individual decide on which combination? Here comes in another very common tool used in economics, that is the opportunity cost. The term opportunity cost can be very well explained with the help of a Hindi one-liner, that is, कुछ पाने के लिए कुछ खोना पड़ता है. That is exactly what opportunity cost is. That is what one needs to forego to gain one extra unit of the alternative. Let us take a look from the perspective of our example. Here we will look at indifference curves where people choose between one good over another. But who decides all this? How much to produce, what to forego, etc. Here comes the role of economy. An economy can either be centrally planned or it can be controlled by the market. Centrally planned economies are the ones which are planned by the government. That is, the economic decisions are taken by the central government. China is to a certain extent a centrally planned economy. India also initially, after independence, was primarily a centrally planned economy. But over the years, it became a mixed economy. Now we just studied about the centrally planned economy. What is the other form of organization of an economy? It is called a market economy. Now students, this is not the market that we physically go to, like the shopping malls or the vegetable market. This market is an abstract concept, but it holds the maximum power. This market makes the arrangements for the buying and selling of goods. That is, this market even fixes the price of two goods, which is agreed on by both the buyer and the seller. The price is automatically decided on the basis of the want or demand of a certain good. If the demand of one good is high, then automatically the price of that good would also be high. Thus, the price of any good or any service can inform an individual about the demand of that particular good. Now, it is not possible to leave an economy entirely on the hands of the market. Thus, most economies are mixed. That is, they are run by both the government as well as the market. The principles of economics can be classified as normative and positive economics. These two are again abstract concepts and are very close to each other. Normative economic analysis is subjective or primarily value-based, whereas positive economic analysis are statements which can be proved or disproved. That is, it is based on how the different economic mechanisms are functioning. As you learn more about economics, you will see that differentiating these two concepts will become harder. With this, we have come to the end of the chapter of microeconomics. You are now aware of the basics of microeconomics and have learned the tools that you will be needing to study this subject. In our other videos, we'll be learning about the concepts which forms the base of economics, and we'll also use the tools that we learned in this chapter. Till then, be economic and keep learning.